everyone, welcome back to the Supernatural Corner podcast.
Hello.
Back here with me, myself, Serena, and the RC element.
Hey.
Where we talk about supernatural creatures and beings and everything you could think of
Ghouls
every
and
Sunday.
Ghosts. Well, I guess there's only been one ghost episode, but
there will be more in the future. But welcome back.
Ghost episode anyway.
And hello to everybody who is new. Welcome to the channel.
What up?
He's so silly.
So what are we talking about today?
So today, on today's episode, we're going to be talking about zombies.
Okay. Zombies.
Okay.
Zombification of human beings?
Zombies.
Animal humans? Or animal...
Animal humans! You heard it.
Animal zombies? Animal zombies or regular zombies?
Humans. So we're gonna...
Animal humans. All right.
Animal
zombies,
humans.
just to clarify, in case nobody knows. Okay.
What is a zombie?
Zombie is a husk of what once was a human being. And all it wants to do is feed on brains, stereotypically. And then they go, Right? That's a zombie, right?
So, to me, a zombie's a little different.
Awkward silence? Okay.
No, I mean, I guess they go, I don't know. It's not
That's
clinically proven. They go,
that's the trope. Anyway, continue.
Okay. So, what is a zombie? So, the definition is actually the reanimation of a corpse believed to be done by magic.
Magic,
depending on religion, or believe that scientists say that they could be either parasites, mental illness, or spread of diseases.
Okay, on those, I do believe. Not the zombies, but the parasites. All right, I'm going.
So there are several different stories that make me believe that zombies are real.
Okay. Wait, are we going to talk about...
We're going to talk about stories of zombies.
Are we going to talk about the it's like Jamaican or something? What's the thing where they... That?
Oh, no. Well,
no.
We can talk about that.
All right, well, anyway, I'm sorry. I'm interrupting. I'm getting ahead.
Zombies, not things like that.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about the first 3 cases today. Stop reading the screen.
First 3 cases of zombies?
There's first 3 cases of zombies. And,
ever?
In 1997.
Okay, that was when I was like 5 years old or something.
Well, in 1997, and excuse me if I can't say these names right, it'd be a little struggle, but it's okay. We'll try our best. So, in 1997, a study paper in The Lancet, I think that's what it says, in which analyzes the cases of 3 individuals from
Haiti, that's what I meant. Yes. I didn't mean Jamaica, I meant Haiti.
Whose communities had identified zombies. Haitians believed that zombies were corpses reanimated by shamans or voodoo priests.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about these 3 from Haiti.
On these, I do believe.
You said I do believe.
But not, anyway. Go ahead.
So we're going to talk about the first case.
Okay.
And I'm sorry if I keep looking over here. I have to go back and forth with my notes.
She's got notes.
I got notes.
This time. Well, I mean, we had notes previously. Now we've advanced. We went from paper notes to a screen that you can't see.
So I'm sorry.
All right.
Once there was a 30-year-old woman who allegedly quickly died after falling ill.
Okay.
And her family recognized her walking about as a zombie 3 years after she passed away.
Like, okay, I don't know how many details you have. Walking around like a zombie, as in like...
literally, first of all, she was pronounced dead.
Okay.
They said that she was dead. They buried her body in a casket in the ground. And then...
6 feet under.
6 feet under. And then 3 years later, they saw her just wandering about. She didn't really... She was like a zombie. She didn't know what was going on. She didn't know who she was. She was literally almost like a walking vegetable.
Okay. So then how was she walking around and stuff? I mean, we'll get
like, she was a walking vegetable as in she wasn't really talking and she
was just kind of mindlessly wandering.
Kind of mindlessly, yeah, pretty much doing that.
Right.
But she was pronounced dead when they buried her. They don't know how she was dug up or revived or anything like that.
Okay.
So that's the first mysterious one.
All right.
Okay, so there was also another case where a young man who died at the age of 18, and remerge another 18 years at a cockfight. So
that's
he died at the age of 18.
So 18, okay.
And then they went to a cockfight, which is illegal, and I don't condone that whatsoever. But they were at a cockfight, and they saw him 18 years later just standing at the cockfight.
Same age or aged up 18 years?
No, 18 years later.
Same dude, like not aged.
Same guy.
I guess my question is, did he age or did he not age?
He did age.
Yeah. Okay.
But
so he was like 30
recognize
something.
him. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, if you and I aged at the age of 18, we'd just look a little bit older. But
I mean, 18 years is a long time. But yeah, you would still probably be able to recognize.
Yeah, you would
somebody.
recognize. I mean, I feel like unless you were like 7 years old.
Yeah, if you go from kid to adult, but at 18, you're basically adult.
It's hard to tell what you would really look like.
So, and they're sure that was that person?
They're positive it was him.
Like, did they talk to them?
Yeah,
or?
so they tried to talk to him, and again, he was in that vegetation state, just like the other one. Where they're kind of mindlessly wandering. They don't know what's going on. But he just showed up at the cockfight. He wasn't like fighting the roosters or anything.
Why would he be okay, all right.
Because he was just wandering around. These are small villages in Haiti.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you have to
remember.
remember.
If it's a small village, everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
Why would it take 18 years to find, unless they were just gone for 18 years and they pop back up? I don't know. This is weird. Like I said, I've heard about these cases before. We'll get into more detail
about more stories. These are just the first 3 that was recorded in 1997 in that book.
Oh, okay. So these are just all of these in 1997. Yeah, these are the
analyzed cases of the 3 cases that was in Haiti. Okay. So this is the first, technically the 3 that were really, really recognized. The last one of this case was the last study concerned another woman who had died at 18 but was spotted again at the age of spotted again as a zombie 13 years later. And she also shows signs of that too. So this is where I'm going to kind of talk about their religion just a little bit because I don't know too much about it. Okay. But again, they did believe that voodoo priests would turn people into zombies. They could use either what's called zombie dust, or other things that their rituals we don't know contain to make people a zombie. And most of the time, they would use this to make these people as slaves. And what it would kind of do is almost put you like in a coma. What I've read is almost put you in a coma state. And then a couple of days later, the voodoo priests or people would dig you back up and you would be a zombie.
Oh, you're talking about, so they die, quote unquote, which means really they're put into almost like a coma.
Well, that's
or
what
they're put
I
into
believe.
A coma.
They were put into a coma.
And then after they're buried, someone later on comes and digs them back up.
But the voodoo priests they made them zombies. They were dead and they resurrected them to life and used them as slaves.
The priests have now confirmed that that's what they did?
No.
This is all speculation.
My speculation is that it was a coma type thing.
Okay.
But the Haitian really believed that their voodoo priests
made them into
zombies. That is their religion. I don't hate on anybody's religion either. If that's what you believe, that's what you believe. That's what we're here to talk about.
That's weird. I do, like I said, I've heard about this story before. I do kind of believe. I do think that they have some kind of. It's perfectly reasonable to think that somebody could, even in an ancient time or whatever, find some compounds that would put you into a fake coma, and then also find some other compounds that would make you into basically an obedient slave. Because we have that now.
Well, you know to me, I'm not going to question anything. I'm open to it all. You let me know. I'll tell you what I think. If you think a voodoo priest could do it, he could do it.
I mean, I've heard about it before. I think it's possible. What I believe. You know what I mean?
But I mean,
there's no. I get so. Here we have the 3 examples, but is there any sort of conclusion? So now we're going to talk about current events. Well, hold on. Did they ever?
No, because these people believe there's no conclusion. They are zombies. That's what they believe, that they were zombies.
But
They took them in their home and they lived as zombies. They never died.
No, I'm saying, what is this first one here? She died, and then her family recognized her. As a family member, if you recognized your relative who died and they were on the side of the street, would you not want to take them home? And
they did take them home.
What? Yeah, that's what I'm asking. What is the conclusion? Like how?
But the conclusion is not what you're wanting. The conclusion is they took them home and tried to treat them like a regular family member. There was no eating.
And they were just kind of no. That's not what I'm. I'm just. They were just kind of
in a
like
vegetable state. But
okay,
I don't want to say
right.
they were vegetables because vegetable state to me means that you're
unable to move,
literally in a coma, unable to respond.
But they're able to move and stuff. They're just kind of completely sedated.
It's kind of like the guy in Insomnia. They don't know anything.
Okay, that's all I was asking.
Yeah.
Like once they got taken home or whatever, like what happened?
But there's not much detail on it because these are just the recorded cases of this of the paper.
Okay, that's all I was curious about.
That's all the paper said.
Okay, all right.
So there was a case reported of a zombie attack in 2012, and you guys might remember him.
Oh, is this the one that?
Okay, his name is Rudy. And I'm not sure if I'm saying this right. Eugene.
Yeah.
So, Rudy Eugene. And first of all, have you heard about him?
Is this the bath salt guy?
Okay. So, there's something very interesting about that.
Okay.
So, this is the bath salt guy, but the reason why I do that is because I'll tell you in just a second.
Okay. It was a cover-up.
It's going to get interesting.
Okay. All right. So, that's the...
So, there was a reported case and surveillance video, which I cannot show because it's very graphic.
Okay.
From a camera that Miami, Florida, of
the Miami Herald.
By the Miami
I'm assuming
Herald
that would
building.
Be
It was a building showing a police officer shooting Rudy Eugene. He was naked.
Okay.
He was the age of 31. After he attacked a Ronald, and I'm sure I'm not saying this right,
Popo, I guess.
Okay, he was attacking.
He was
Ronald
a cop.
Popo.
His name was Popo. Let's just.
He was not a cop. He was a homeless man.
Oh wait, it said didn't it say? Well, anyway, here.
No, listen.
Shooting. Okay, I got
so
after
the
he attacked.
The officer
okay.
was caught on camera shooting Rudy, attacking Ronald Popo. Okay, and he was at the age of 65. He was a homeless man. Eugene was found chewing Popo's face and gouging out his eyes. And this was in Miami on May 26, 2012. They thought it might have been bath salts.
Okay, that's what everybody said. I remember the bath salt incident.
They thought it might have been bath salts, but according to the medical examiner department and outside assistance of other medical examiners, they did a forensics toxicology which confirmed the absence of bath salts, synthetic marijuana, LSD. The statement said, that was the statement according to CNN on June 27, 2012. So they found nothing in his body. They did find, I did read on a later paper, they did find marijuana, but that was the only drug they found.
Marijuana don't make you eat people's faces off. So.
No, not that I've heard of or seen or nothing like that.
Oh,
so that kind of was suspicious to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, this guy was not on anything. They thought he was on bath salts, which would have kind of made sense. It's a man-made drug.
Yeah.
But when they did the toxicology and then had outside help from another toxicologist or a medical examiner,
like that,
not to find any type of hallucinogenics in the body.
Yeah, so then...
just kind of makes me wonder... what's happening?
Yeah, what's happening? So if you go conspiracy theory, right, you're thinking like it's some sort of experiment or something. Turn him into a zombie.
I'm thinking the government,
quote unquote. It's all the
government of one of their
experimental zombies.
And then boom, that's how we have zombie apocalypse because they slipped and guys like Rudy Eugene get on the loose just eating people.
See, I feel like. I mean, that's entirely possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever, all that stuff. I do feel like it's possible for somebody to be so mentally, like, you know, have like schizophrenia and stuff like that to where you do that. But that's still
talk about that later with the mental illness has no resemblance of this.
Okay.
And that's what makes it trippy.
I mean, he doesn't look like somebody who's... I mean, yeah, he might look like somebody who got into some rough stuff. Like, he might have gotten into some rough stuff, but not eating people's
not even
faces
that,
or
because
anything.
even if he was doing rough stuff, it would have showed up in his toxicology if he was doing rough stuff.
No, I just meant, like, he looks like maybe he could get into some
but for
trouble,
him
if
to
you
be
know what
like
I mean. You know,
naked, attacking
like
another
something
homeless guy.
Yeah, and with nothing in his system, like
Yeah,
that
for
had to be
marijuana.
some serious psychosis or like.
So I got another story for you, almost
Okay.
similar to that.
Okay.
Okay, and this is actually
That guy looks rough.
in 2016.
All right.
His name is Austin, and am I saying that right? Harrouf?
I don't know. How
We're gonna go with Harrouf. Austin Harrouf.
Just say Austin. Just Austin.
We're gonna go with Austin. And in August 2016, a 19-year-old college kid. What I heard about Austin is he was a great kid. He was doing really good with grades. He was actually joining the football team and had a pretty good life and was looking forward to starting something new in his future. Well, one night he did get aggravated at a restaurant, and he decided to wander off into a neighborhood, and this is where things kind of turned.
Okay.
So he wandered into a neighborhood, and there was two gentlemen sitting in their garage, and he attacked both of them. Police found Austin naked, just like
the last dude.
just like the last guy, ripping away chunks of flesh and eating it off of these two guys.
My gosh.
He was also growling, grunting, and making animal noises repeatedly. Repeated use of stun guns and police dogs could not sway Austin from his meal.
Okay.
And finally, 3 officers had to pull the man away from the bodies by force. Police were left baffled at Austin's behavior when Austin's toxicology report came back clean.
Ooh, okay.
So there's just like the other guy.
Interesting.
How weird is this? A couple years later, there's another guy, who was sounded like a good guy.
4 years later, right?
Yeah, 4 years later. It's also found naked, and that's what trips me out. Why are they naked?
Naked, eating people, nothing toxic in there.
Yeah, nothing toxic.
Like, okay.
So he was just aggravated at the restaurant, is what I heard. Or what I read. For him just to be like, oh, I'm so aggravated at the restaurant, I'm just gonna go
two
eat
random
some
people's face. Like, I'm just gonna go eat some face.
Taser and the canine unit, not to get him away from the victims is just ridiculous. Because has anybody seen Canine?
Have you ever been tased? Either one of them, like
both of these,
both of those are very much going to deter you.
Life changing.
Yeah,
you will give up everything. But either way, I just find this very.
That's crazy. Do you remember where either of these were located?
So the one was located in Florida.
Okay,
I think this one was in Florida as well, or it might have been in Alabama. I'm sorry, I didn't put that.
Florida man. It's the Florida man.
You can definitely look his name up, and it will come up.
Okay.
If you want to Google his last name, we'll post the picture and the name of him underneath. But anyway, so that's what I thought was weird.
That's crazy. Okay.
So, yeah. Okay. So, in my opinion, was these two zombies that escaped from a science lab, or was it a mental illness?
I mean, they're very, if they are some kind of mental illness, like they are very, they have the exact same like MO. Like the exact same naked eating human flesh, basically.
So I feel like if it was a mental illness, isn't that very convenient? They were both naked.
I don't know. Sorry.
I mean, no, you're good.
No, go ahead. I stayed up real late last night.
So, I mean, I just feel that is weird.
I still think it could be a mental illness, just one that's very, like, not categorized. Or, like you said, a thing from the government. Or there is, like, is it the fungus or, like, the...
So we'll talk about that later.
Oh, we're going to talk about that later? We're not done. We're already 20-something minutes in.
It's going to be a little bit longer.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and talk about some zombie research done to try and help the dead come back to life.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about dogs.
Oh, the Russian dog. Okay. I like how I know all of these already.
Yeah, definitely. So in 1940,
I believe this. This did happen.
This really did happen. It is recorded.
I've seen the video.
In 1940, Russian scientists released a video of a severed dog's head, which is also graphic. Didn't want to show on here. If you want to look it up, you can.
I might be able to show.
That kept the animal alive for several hours, wiggling the ears in response to sound and even licking their mouths. The scientists claimed that they could keep the animals alive by artificial blood circulation system. So you can look at this two ways. You could either look at it as, it is technically a zombie because you have severed an animal's head from the body. It was dead, and then you brought it back to life by using artificial things from a scientific point of view.
I don't know.
Now, the technical term of a zombie is a resurrection of a dead thing.
Yeah, but then somebody who's had a near-death, somebody who has died on the operating table and then come back, you would call them a zombie?
No, but if the dog's head is severed from the body, it's going to more, and it's responding to sound.
I mean, I feel like there's definitely situations where, like, people are, like, cut in half or something, and they're able to save them. And
Yeah, I get that, but their heads, I've never heard of head transfusion.
I mean, they can do it with a dog. They can probably do it with a human. It's probably, I don't know if I'd call that a zombie.
But that is my idea of a zombie.
Yeah.
That is actually, if you look up zombie dog, that's one of the ones that do come up. So I did want to mention him because I knew other people might. Well, so we'll also go with, in 2005, American scientists created another pack of zombie dogs.
What is that?
Dogs. The team rapidly killed the dogs by flushing all the blood from their bodies and replacing it with oxygen and sugar-filled saline.
Okay.
3 hours later, the team gave the dogs a blood transfusion. That means the dogs were dead for 3 hours.
Wow. That's enough time to... Yeah.
That's a zombie to me. Okay. Because when you die, it come back to life. You only have so many seconds before your brain gives it. But let me read the rest.
I'm sorry, I'm reading ahead.
So 3 hours later, the team gave the dogs blood transfusions and electric shock. The dogs were resurrected, and while some had permanent damage, most were no worse for wear.
Wow.
So
that's actually kind of, I didn't know that.
So I feel like that's a zombie.
That's not I don't think that's a zombie.
If you died, your brain can only go without oxygen for how long?
Well,
like
I think it's 3 minutes, right? But that's why they gave him the oxygen and sugar-filled stuff.
Okay. But that's 3 minutes.
Yeah, but...
This is 3 hours.
Yeah, but they gave him the
oxygen.
oxygen.
If they can do that with dogs, why can't we resurrect our loved ones?
Well, that's you have to.
Zombies.
No, you have to catch them early. No, see, this says that they took all the blood out really quickly and they replaced all the blood with oxygen and sugar-filled saline.
So why they haven't done that with humans?
Because you
wouldn't know zombies.
No, because when people die, like you would have to be prepared. Like they did this on purpose. Which, by the way, I feel sorry for the dogs. Yeah, but anyway, they did this on purpose. They purposely drained the blood and quickly put in oxygen and sugar or whatever. Like when a human is in the hospital dying or something, you don't know when they're gonna go, and even if you do, you can't. I don't think react quickly enough to do that.
I think you could, because that's a pack of dogs.
But they revived them in 3 hours. They probably did the oxygen and sugar thing very quickly.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But think of it this way: if you died on an operating table, you're telling me you couldn't work fast with the solution next to you?
To drain blood, and I don't think. I think that if that technology were there in the hospital room waiting, they could do it.
Yeah, so why did they come up with that? Yeah, is my question.
Because I don't
you know why you would have zombies? Because
I don't
it's
think
3
so.
hours.
Hold on.
Even if you did come back.
Let's
just say you did come back. Your brain has still been deprived of oxygen.
Well, even though most of them were fine.
Yeah, most of them. But what does the other one said?
Had permanent damage.
Permanent damage.
Okay,
what
I guess
if you want grandma to come back? Just come back all special ed.
In my mind, I'm like, okay. When I think of zombie, and I know we defined this earlier, it's like the thing that's going around eating people.
But that's not the definition of a zombie.
What was the definition? Scroll back up the definition. What was it?
The definition is the I don't want to say reincarnate. Reanimated of a dead corpse.
Okay, in that sense, then yes, you are correct.
You are correct. Are zombies.
Okay, you are correct.
We're not talking about some Ray Romero or
But again, that means that if you have died and they were giving you surgery and then you died, then they revive you, then that means that our cat is a zombie.
He probably is. Look at it. He's got the hand under the door. He's a zombie.
His hand is literally sticking through the
We're
door.
talking about him. Okay, so we're gonna get on to our last subject.
Okay.
All right, which is scientific thoughts about this. So we're
Okay.
gonna be realists about this.
Are we?
Now there are some conditions that can cause a zombie state in humans and animals, and here are a couple of examples. Okay. So you're gonna have to help me pronounce this.
Okay.
Okay. That Cotard's syndrome.
Cotard
syndrome.
Cotard syndrome.
So this is a rare mental disorder in which the affected person holds the delusion belief that they are dead, do not exist, or petrifying, or have lost blood or internal organs.
Okay.
They did not lose any of this. They really believe they are dead. So I'll tell you about the first case just to give you an example. In one case, the studies report that the situation of a 53-year-old woman who was complaining that she was dead smelled like rotting flesh and wanted to be taken to the morgue so that she could be with dead people. She really believed she was dead.
Well, did she say? Okay, I don't know if you know this, but did she say she smelled like rotting flesh, or did she actually smell like rotting flesh?
She smelled it. She smelled it,
but did anybody else smell it? You know what I mean?
But nobody else smelled it because this is a condition.
Okay,
it's an illness.
So see, it's psychologically
There are plenty of stories about this, and you guys can look it up.
Cotard.
We'll show you the name and the picture of it. But the problem is that people who do have this really, really disassociate themselves with people because they really believe that they are dead.
So they almost would be a hoarder in a way, or trapped themselves in their own house because they already think they're dead, and then they don't eat or anything.
They think they're not here anymore. They think they might. It is really hard to explain. But the definition I gave you was the best that I could give.
It makes sense. It's just somebody, in my mind, it's a psychological thing. It's like somebody who just thinks that they're dead, but they're not actually dead.
So
that's crazy. Okay,
that's crazy to me. I found that out today. So then we move on to there's a fungus called.
Look at this name. This fungus called Ophiocordyceps unilateralis,
aka the zombie fungus.
Okay, that's what I was talking about.
We're gonna call it zombie fungus because I cannot pronounce that. Sorry, not sorry.
Ophiocordyceps.
The picture you're actually gonna see is the actual picture of the zombie fungus happening. So discovered in 2009 by citizen scientist Kim Fleming in South Carolina.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
That's where we might be, or maybe not.
She found and discovered this. It's only in ants, by the way. And it uses ants, and when an ant comes across the fungal spores, the fungus infects the insect very quickly and quickly spreads through its body. The fungus then kind of hijacks the insect's central nervous system. The fungus then forces the ant to climb up a vegetable and clamp down onto a leaf or twig before killing it. And then it will crawl out of the backside of its head and move on to the next ant.
Is there more of an explanation for this? Because I know the rest of it.
No, go ahead.
So I'm pretty sure the fungus tells the ant to climb up to some tall stuff and die and latch up there.
That's why I said
so that bigger animals like cows and stuff, when they're eating the grass, will eat the ants, will then get the fungus. So the fungus can reproduce? I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
So the fungus is only in ants.
Well, then why would it go up to why would it make it want to go to the top of the vegetation? Unless that's something different. I don't know. You could look it up.
I read this whole article, and I'm not saying that you're wrong, because that you could be right.
I heard of something very similar.
You might have found a research study after this came out.
Which is like this is why
this is what it said. It only affected ants. And that's why it's called the zombie fungus for the ants.
Okay.
So it only affected ants.
I also think this is what The Last of Us is based on.
Maybe. I don't know. That's very interesting. So with all this being said, I also don't look this green.
Okay, don't read it. Don't read it. Okay.
So I also came across something very weird. So the U.S. Pentagon actually came up with a zombie attack plan called CONOP 8888. also known as counter zombie dominance.
Wow.
In April 30th
Wait.
of 2011.
2011.
Which leads me to ask the question, if zombies are not real, why prepare for something fake?
Yeah, why do you need that? And this is about a year before the first zombie incident.
Yeah, before the first zombie incident.
So, I mean,
which to me says, okay, if zombies aren't real, and if all this is just made up, unicorns aren't real, but you don't have a unicorn attack plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And supposedly,
Yeah, but I mean,
like, mermaids aren't real, but you don't have a mermaid plan.
I feel as though for the Pentagon to come up with have a team of people work on a plan of, countering zombies when they come up, like there has to seem, there
See how
has
you
to
said
be
that when they come up. You didn't even question it.
Well,
He said when they come up.
Okay,
you know why? Because why would the Pentagon do
that's what I'm
this?
saying, yeah.
And
like,
that's what's really weird.
why are they wasting resources
So
and
I
time?
tried to Google this to debunk this to see if it was fake. It is not fake. You could actually Google this and it will show you the zombie plan in order what to do in case of a zombie apocalypse.
dominance. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So to me,
that says zombies
I
are real.
believe zombies are real. I believe
somebody's
there's
doing
somebody trying to
something,
hide it.
trying to make
With
them.
those two cases, especially the two guys that were naked and both doing the same exact thing, kind of, just makes me question it more.
Yeah.
So, you debate, you tell us what you think, because that's it for the episode today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts on zombies.
Dude, this is a good one. I like this one.
All right, well,
All right.
I'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.